What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from Pink Tourmaline. We are back, impromptu live stream. We shall see who joins. Guys, this one is not going to be a super long one because I'm in the midst of my vacation. But I just want to connect with everybody, say hello, catch up on some of the videos that I've released recently, see what people are thinking. Also, I'm going to be going to Monroe, holy smokes, in like less than a week, which is crazy. So we're going to talk about all that as well as people start to make their way in. What's up? What's up? The truth is out there. Says hello, hello. What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome. And I'll update you on my little vacation. Stretching out, you could say about 2 weeks, which is pretty crazy. You're finally there. I know. I've been talking about this trip for a while. What's up? In time. Let's go. Krishna Consciousness is back in the house. How you doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the trip. So I'll tell you guys, for the first of you that are here right now, just a little bit about this trip. It's been pretty cool. It's been very cool. So basically, Shannon says, have a good vacation, Monroe. Somehow I've got live, but I'm headed to the gym soon. Okay, no worries, no worries. If you got to bounce. Yeah, so basically I'm here with a big group of people. Some of them I knew, about like eight of the people I knew beforehand, and then everybody else I'm meeting for the first time. It's like about 30 of us, and we're all taking a boat together, and we've just been kind of sailing around the islands in Croatia. We started in Dubrovnik, and right now we're docked next to this island called Var. And yeah, that's it. And we just been eating dinner together, swimming. We went to a day, kind of like a day bar, day club spot today. We just all hung out and partied. That's pretty much it. We had an awesome dinner. It's just all super chill. Everybody is on the island. I think I'm like the last one here in the boat, but I really wanted to do a live stream and connect with everybody, even if it was briefly, just to touch base, because I feel like a lot of things are about to start happening this next week, and just kind of wanted to say hello. Plus, I wanted to get people's feedback on these recent pre-birth videos. I've been going down this really, really interesting pre-birth rabbit hole, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's pretty powerful. I was thinking about it the other day too, as I'm trying to decipher, right? Or I'm trying to, obviously, currently, the way that I feel about the pre-birth memories, right? We have some that they remember the whole pre-birth thing, and or they look at it through the traditional lens of, well, I'm putting up my Instagram again. They look at it through the traditional lens of, one second. Of, yes, this life was being planned for us. We're coming here to learn. It's a lesson, and these are the things we need to learn and recognize. And I didn't want to go, but then I went and I realized I needed it to level up. I really wanted to get what that entity had, right? And they're kind of buying into the whole framework and the way it's positioned to them. And then the last one that I just covered, which kind of was 2 in 1, it covered these two gentlemen that, my opinion, they saw through the BS. They saw through the manipulation, and they knew what it was. They knew that they were getting tricked and coerced and forced into this situation that they were afraid to go into. They didn't want to go into, and they recognized themselves too, that there's really nothing that we needed to correct or learn, that we were already good on the other side. And obviously, we've gathered a lot of information. There's a reason why some people say we're fear-mongering, which is, it's just such a silly way to characterize the way we think. It's not fear. It's, we're trying to decipher truth. And we may, by the way, change our perspective, but this is just what we feel is the most convincing argument in terms of, or description of, what may be happening right now. And anyways, regardless, okay, that was a bit of an aside. Forget about that. But when we are looking at these two accounts, and this is something that I've been grappling with, in the absence of anything else, which one feels more convincing and why? That's what I'd love to hear from people today. When you hear the people saying, no, this was true, everything I was being told was legitimate, versus the other side being like, yeah, this is what I was being told, but it was not true. And I now know, or I even felt at the time that it was disingenuous, just on their face alone, which feels more convincing to you and why? Now, that's not maybe a fair question, because we're looking at those two vantage points. We're also considering it alongside all the other information and data that we can glean from Robert Monroe, from Jason Giorgiani, from Intuitive Underground, from all these other resources. But I was just thinking about it from that perspective, like for people who haven't dove into this topic yet the way we have, what would potentially be the more convincing of the two accounts? It was legit or it was manipulative, and why? It's just something I was thinking about. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Okay, Christian Consciousness, I really enjoyed those, especially the recent one. Yeah, it was so good, right? Like the information and content, it was crazy, especially about the pre-birth and yes. And those ones are really cool. Actually, House of Ignoia messaged me or commented on the video, and I told him to hit me up on Instagram. So I want to see if we can get an interview with Harold and or Seth. Actually, I'd love to get both of them. Was catching up with your videos today. Still have a few to watch. Yeah, Truth's out there. Watch the latest one. I'm interested in NDEs of children. Honestly, those guys seem whiny about their lives. Which ones seem whiny? I immediately after saw Psychic that say people who don't choose. Wait, what? People? I immediately after saw Psychic say that people who don't choose fallen angels reincarnate. Shannon, can you clarify your comment? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Mr. Last-Timer, if you die and there's something, it means you are invincible, aka you are God. What's the worst that can happen? You die again. True. I mean, I've thought about this too. Sometimes when people get a little scared or they say we're fear-mongering or whatever, worst case scenario, we've already had a life. We actually, most of us, I think a lot of us in here enjoy our lives, and we're blessed, though. We're very, very blessed, but we enjoy our lives. And what's the worst that happens? We come back to another life. Now, of course, we could come back to a not so blessed life. That's a possibility, but I mean, it's something that we're already so familiar with. I guess my point is I think you raise a good point. We don't have to be, when people are saying this is a fear-mongering movement, I guess, which is, again, so silly. But yeah, I don't think this is about being afraid or being worried. It's about just trying to problem solve and find a solution. I made this analogy. Somebody wrote that in one of the comments. He said I was unsubscribing because the content's too fear-mongering. I said, well, I was like, do as you will. You feel free to, I mean, obviously unsubscribe if that's how you feel. But I said, okay, so if you have to, the analogy is if you have to grow up in a crime-ridden neighborhood, would you call it fear-mongering to have discussions about crime and self-defense and how to avoid crime and how to fight back if you're attacked? Is that fear-mongering? Or is that acknowledging the environment that you're in and try to develop some positive protocols? And it'd be one thing if we were just out here freaking people out and just showing negative things without any possible plan or without trying to come up with a plan. I mean, we're to me, I think the best description ultimately for all of this, we're problem solving. We're trying to figure out the truth and the solution. And maybe we don't need a plan of action. Maybe we're all good. We're still learning, but at a minimum, we're going to try. If anything, we're the positive ones because we're actually trying to act as opposed to in that crime example, just be like la-di-da, we're just going to ignore it and walk around and think happy thoughts while bullets are whizzing by our faces, right? Like that's really the negative stuff made up to look positive. It's crazy. What do you think about the Venezuela earthquakes? I haven't learned too much about them. I heard about them. I heard they were pretty high magnitude, like 7.5, but I don't know anything else about it. The pre-birth guys, I saw a video saying that maybe people who don't get a choice in their life plan might be a fallen angel. Oh, because you said he didn't get to choose his parents. Yeah. Oh, and he was tackled. Right. I don't know. I haven't heard that. I'm not even sure I really still understand what angels are. I've heard some people say that angels are part of the matrix, and it's not a real thing, and or it's not the way it's presented to be. I don't know. I am not an expert on the distinction between angels and demons and all the stuff. I don't know. Yeah. But I never heard that. So that is interesting. I wonder what that's if you could send me that source, I'd be curious to check it out. Oh boy. So yeah, we're getting ready for Monroe. It's pretty crazy. Cool. My mom's family is from Croatia, and oh sweet. Yeah. Hvala. I think that's thank you in Croatian. It was right after two. Oh, you mean you saw the video in that playlist or something, or it was recommended or something? Yeah, that's crazy. I just found out too, by the way. I didn't know this, and it's fine. It's totally cool. But I didn't realize is that when I go to Monroe, you're sharing a room with somebody. So I had no idea. And I wonder how they pick that or they assign that. You know what I mean? But apparently we're bunking up with people. So we're living in double occupancy rooms. I don't know if that means we're in one hotel room or we have separate rooms, and I have no idea. But that was news to me. But that's totally fine. Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm trying not to. I probably shouldn't even be thinking about Monroe too much because I want to be fully present for this trip, and I really only have until I leave on Friday. That's crazy. You're going to college. Yeah, I know, right? This is my education. Totally. You're 100%. I mean, yeah, this is so important. And that's why I want to be fully prepared, mentally clear. I want to keep my mind clear throughout this whole, this whole time leading up to the trip, just so that I can maximize all of my opportunities when I get there. I've been telling people about it too on this trip. Actually, I had a really interesting conversation with one of the women on this trip with us she's into a lot of this information, not exactly to the same degree, but we had a fascinating conversation earlier today. Oh, in a dorm room too. Yeah, exactly. It's basically a dorm room. How do you feel about Isabella Green's position that the only way is through her prescribed breathwork to shut down the body and direct yourself to the real void? I don't know yet. I need to talk to her about it. I've heard about this. I think I've seen one of her videos where she talks about this. I got to watch one of her recent interviews. I don't know though, but she's coming on the channel in 2 weeks. Wait. 2 weeks from tomorrow. 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah. So she'll be coming on. I'll be interviewing her. I want to talk to her about that. I want to talk to her about Kundalini because I know some people have had a problem with her thoughts or beliefs in the practice of Kundalini. I don't know anything about it. So these are all things I'm going to have to research. I also have one of her newest book. So I have to read that as well. And then once I read that book and kind of do my research, we should be ready to rock. And it'll be right after my Monroe experience. It's going to be crazy. I'm about halfway done too, guys, with this book. So I'm on my way through this one, halfway done. And when that one's complete, we'll make a video about it. And I'm almost at chapter 13, which is the big chapter. I'm very excited, where all that information is given about the construct, the system, how it was designed, all that stuff. Hey, Franny Annie, are you new to the channel? I don't recognize your username. Do. And by the way, the live stream on Friday is going to have to be at a weird time as well, because I'll be flying that day. Let me look at my calendar. Hold on. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't know exactly when it will be, but it will have to be at a little bit of a strange earlier time, I would say. Hey, bro, I sent you an email on Anne-Marie Uber's 5-part series on how to exit the simulation. She has seen some interesting stuff. I've mailed the links. Check it out when you can. Hold on. Let me check it out right now. Oh, got it. Yep, I see it. Hold on. Let me see how long these are. Okay. Where are these? What Odyssey? Okay, because it looks like it's not on YouTube. Where did you find these, or how did you get these? Black Herd is in the house. What's up? Jealous. I need an exotic vacation so bad, or any vacation. Yeah, I normally, it's funny, I normally don't even really take big vacations like this anymore, where I go overseas or to Europe. I don't like the long flights. And so normally I wouldn't even want to do this. I wouldn't even want to go that far. I like staying in LA. I like going to Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Vegas, quick trip to Vegas. Those are really fun. I just don't have a desire. But this was a unique opportunity where I was going with a bunch of people that I knew, but also a bunch of people that I was going to meet for the first time, which is exciting for me, and kind of a curated trip. So it just seemed like a cool opportunity to meet a bunch of new people and just have fun. And I've been to Croatia before in all these islands. I came here 13 years ago and I thought it was awesome. So I figured, why not, you know? And I'm really glad I came. Ever is. Keep it going, bro. Your channel is one of the most relevant and important ones. Really? Currently, if not the most important. Wow. Never lose sight of that. Dude, thank you. That's big praise, big compliment. I'm really trying hard. I mean, you know, I'm streaming on my vacation, trying to every day. So, you know, I'm on that grind. Oh, but thank you. I really appreciate it. The only time where I'm not probably going to be able to make content is when I'm at Monroe, because they want us to be off our devices. So it is what it is. But I'll try my best. I'll see if they can make an exception for me, though. Not like, well, I don't want them to make an exception for me if it's going to disrupt my concentration and my you know, my ability to get into a proper meditative state. But if they think I can do it, I was thinking I'd love to stream every night. That'd be sick if I could stream and talk to you guys about what's going on. That'd be sick. But I don't, like I said, I need to be fully present and maximize that whole opportunity. Danny Golair. Let me see if he's on my list. I don't think he is. Let me write it down. Okay, I wrote it down. Who is Danny Golair? Those are on the Odyssey. Anne-Marie Uber has been what? Oh, but you think it's okay if she's been shadow banned? Okay. Whoa. Tony says the interview in the past. Okay, very cool. All right, thanks for sending this to me, Christian. I appreciate it. That'd be awesome. Can't wait to hear about all your experience there. Yeah, I am so excited. But right now, want to enjoy the present moment in Croatia. Like, literally, it's 9 o'clock here, so everybody already went into town. So as soon as I finish the stream, I'm gonna get ready and head out and meet everybody as well. It's gonna be fun. We're on the island of Hvar is kind of a party island, so it should be pretty good. It's funny too. I've had a couple of people that I've met on this trip, some in the group, but some also just like random people that I met out at a bar. And then it's so funny when they ask me my age. They get so confused. It's because one girl thought I was actually, I think no. She said she thought it was my early 30s, and then somebody else thought I was potentially in my 20s. I'm like, no, I'm 46. and then I actually showed actually to both of them, they were shocked. So I showed my ID. Yeah. Of the last several videos that I made on the pre-birth, I made 3. What did you guys think was the most interesting or most informative? Jeff Gnosis. Hey y'all, hope your Monroe going good. Yeah, I'm going to Monroe next week. But what's up, Jeff? Are you new to the channel? I don't recognize your username. But yeah, I'm going on I'll be there on the program starts on the 6th. Do they do No, I don't think so. I don't think they do. Yes, Bliss Lee, welcome, welcome. Yeah. No, I know I do look younger, but I was just laughing at at like the reaction. Yeah. And that they wanted me to show them my ID. So that was pretty funny. What do you guys think of Geminis, the sign Gemini? Jeff Nelson says, lurking for a few weeks, started questioning NDE. I like your skepticism. Sweet, man. Yeah, I started with NDEs too. It's like that's the gateway drug into all of this information, you know? Start watching NDEs, binging on them, and then all of a sudden you see a random video that gets you to think about them in a different way. And then your whole reality is just blown open. Hey, you're a Gemini. I'm a Gemini too. We had a really interesting conversation at dinner today because I love being a Gemini and I love meeting other Geminis. And then one of the guys at my table was like, dude, being a Gemini, people judge us. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He's told me he had 2 women that refused to date him apparently because he's a Gemini. And they said Geminis are too, I can't remember. He said because of the dual nature, different thing. I don't know, something along those lines. Or they say, oh, my ex was a Gemini. I'm never dating a Gemini again. And then they won't date him. I was like, dang, I don't think that's ever happened to me where somebody said, I've heard people, maybe they haven't vocalized it, but they've thought it, I guess. It's possible. But I've never had somebody say, like, we were talking, they were interested, and then all of a sudden they found out I was a Gemini and they're like, a hard no. You know, I've had people say, uh-oh, Gemini, you're trouble, or something like that. You know what I mean? But playfully. Curious if that's ever happened to you, the one and only. I was interested in the individuals who saw Jesus and thought it might be one of the, yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, that was trippy. That's in the most recent one that they called to Jesus and then Jesus kind of led them in. But again, is that the real Jesus? Is that a projection of Jesus? I don't know. I feel like it's probably the latter. It's probably some projection, some weird entity masquerading as Jesus. I think, I don't know. So confusing. But ultimately, this takes us back to that message of trust yourself. Don't look to outside entities and have to play this game of, are they good? Are they not? What's going on? You know what I mean? You look very young. I would have guessed 30 something. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying. Another Gemini. Look at this. Gorica Mitrovic. Cool. Heck yeah. Am I saying your name right? Gorica? Yeah, I'm a Gemini. Heck yeah. June 17th. Yeah, it might just be projection. I agree. More podcast channel are taking an interest into it. I know. Wait. Paradigm Experience. Let me see that one. Wait. Krishna. Did Jeff Mara interview them, or he's taken interest in interviewing them? I think they're very good communicators. They're very smart. Can always reinvent themselves as well. Lots of my friends are Geminis. Yeah. Okay, cool. How do we send stuff? A fellow psychic lady who had an NDE at 7. The kids don't necessarily have all the religious programming yet. Okay. If you want to send it to me on Instagram. So here is my Instagram right there. So yeah, that'd be a great way to do that. Imagine judging someone whose whole character by a sign. I mean, yeah, I know. It's a little extreme. But I do feel a kinship strangely with other Gemini. I get excited when I meet Geminis. Wait, Gorka, how do can you tell me how to hold on, let me look at your photo here. Okay. So can you female name, right? I'm just from the photo I'm guessing. Can you write it phonetically for me and I'll try it again? Gordica. I guess we have to demand to show their true self. So Jesus, they saw, could very well be just a projection. Yeah. Oh, right. That's right. I've heard that. In my hometown, I've been on radio lately talking about our true spiritual essence, the ET disclosure topics, inviting people to have a conversation about it and waking them up. I'm Neo, after all. What's your hometown? Jesus' name isn't really Jesus. I think I've heard that before. No, not new to the channel, says Franny Annie. I posted on live as well. Oh, okay. Well, sorry, I don't recognize your name, but either way, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being a part of the community. They have taken interest to interview IU in future, but I haven't interviewed them yet. Jeff Maher was discussing Sweet. Oh my God, dude, they're blowing up. They're blowing up. I'm happy about that. And not only just for them, but I kind of feel proud that I kind of feel like I got them. I started putting attention on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes me really happy. Dude, it's actually, wait a minute. It wasn't even me. I have to give credit to Krishna. It was Krishna who brought Intuitive Underground to me. And then I did that 4-part series. And then like other people started checking it out. That's crazy. So yeah, Krishna actually gets the credit. I should tell them that. Okay, Gork, are you saying instead of pronounce C? Oh, Gorisa. Gorisa? Am I saying it right? Intuitive Underground says no one has escaped this matrix, correct? No, I don't think they say that no one has escaped. I don't think they've said that. I think it's a very small percentage is what they say escape. Very small number. And who is it? I'm blanking on his name. Howdy Mikowski says basically the same thing. This is what he thinks. I don't really focus on the numbers, though. I don't really think about that because I don't think that doesn't. I think that's not a real indication of the difficulty. Like sometimes people hear 1 in a billion or 1 in a 100 million or something are able to leave. Look, oh my God, it's impossible. Not necessarily. I just think that that's the scope and the nature of the conditioning, but it doesn't necessarily correspond to how difficult it is. Like, for example, imagine if okay, let's just say religious indoctrination, for example. If we imagine that 95% of the population is indoctrinated in some religion, you'd say, oh my God, it seems impossible to get out of this religious indoctrination. It's so hard because only 5% are able to get out of it. But it's like, yeah, but it's not really that hard because most of us in here have escaped that on our own. And it's just, you just really have to think and open your eyes. And then once you do that, it's easy. So I feel like the barrier to entry in that sense is similar. This is what my gut tells me. Like the numbers are really low right now, but once we reach a certain level of awareness or consciousness, it'll be easy. That's what I think. Call it wishful thinking, but that's what I think. Gorisa. There's a lot more than just your sun sign. I really love astrology. So if there are any haters out there, I apologize. That's cool. But guys, I've been thinking about when people are possessed by the devil demons, why when taking the name of Jesus, they just leave. I don't know. It could be, and I don't know if they always leave. I've heard of these accounts. It could also be a part of the dude, it could be a part of the programming. Imagine they leave to then to cement that in your mind that, oh, well, it was Jesus that saved you. Now you're more trusting in Jesus. Now you call out to Jesus, and it's not the real Jesus that even shows up. And it's a projection. I don't know. Maybe that's a far-fetched theory, but I it's just a thought. This reality is held to a large degree. Nice to meet you, Pink Tourmaline. Yo, what's up? What's up? It's Huzaifa. My real name is Huzaifa. There it is. Pink Tourmaline Huzaifa. Gorissa says, yes, I got the name pronounced right. Let's go. Hopefully some have. Maybe Gnostics did. Yes. I hope you read her first 2 books before reading her 3rd one. I read her first book. So here's the thing. I think I meant to order her 2nd book, and I accidentally ordered her 3rd book. So I got to figure that out. And if I did, I'm not at home for a while. So what I'll have to do is I'll just buy the next one on Kindle and read it on my computer or something. I find you very relevant too, and I don't think you're fear-mongering at all. I think like you in the sense that I would 100. Of course, we have to know. We have to know. No blue pill here. We got to know. Hey, Prada Involution was in the house. What's up? What's up? Well, through data, we're all coming back through the reincarnation soul trap. Well, at least 99.99% chance. Yeah, maybe those are what the statistics say, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fixed quantity, and maybe that's what's happening now. But once we hit a tipping point, that might change drastically or completely. So I guess my point is, you may be right, but that's not like worrisome to me. I'm a Sagittarius sun with moon in Scorpio. Makes sense. Could be the Christian deception for sure. Yeah. Thank you. Hi to all. Belap, what's up? I think we may be gaslighting out true strength because they send us back when they want to and can't turn our consciousness on and off at will, like alien abduction when they awake in their car or bed. Gaslighting out true strength. We may be, or they may be gaslighting out true strength. Your video the other day made me think, as blasphemous as it sounds, that the whole idea of Jesus is designed to strip you of your divinity. It's not. Well, why is that blasphemous? It's only blasphemous. It depends on what paradigm you buy into. But yeah, this is the whole idea of it's antithetical to look for a savior to our sovereignty. And so ultimately, that's why we want to go back to this idea, I think, of looking within and not looking to an external source or what we perceive as God or the divine, because we are divine. We are the divine spark. So I don't find that to be blasphemous at all. Gradually absorb us. Holding this thought that this is a school. What about the universe of cosmic law and natural laws? We're living under the laws of man, maritime law. Natural cosmic law is not taught in church or school, says Porky's Nature. Hope to catch you Friday. Enjoy your vacation. Thank you. Thank you. Is God good, ignorant, or satanic and evil? Well, it depends on what you're exactly talking about. If you're talking about the demiurge, who I think is the creator and maybe ruler of the material world, at this demiurge, whatever name you want to put there, I think that there is a possibility that it is a ignorant / evil entity. I mean, just based on what we see happening. But the actual God mind, I don't know. Some people say it's pure love, pure good. Maybe. Intuitive Underground says it's just a completely balanced entity containing both good and evil, good and bad. Like maybe good and bad is not the right way to put it, and is instead indifferent, just indifferent. But the source from which we all emanate from. Hi there, tuned in a bit late. Hope you're well. Thank you, Hakan Kalas. Has anyone experienced any weird moments, dark shadows, since learning and questioning the role of the other side? I have not. The jailers of the prison planet are good actors, and if they need to pretend that Jesus is saving you from them to keep you believing the religious system they established, then they will. Yeah, I can see that. Jeff Gnosis, seems some are born with more wisdom, old souls, maybe stuff that can't be erased from the memory. Yeah, I think also too, what we see in the pre-birth memories is if you fight the memory wipe, it seems like you can retain different pieces of memory. Some cases you can bargain for it. In other cases, you just fight it. You know, if you don't go down willingly, you can remember more stuff. I wish I had those pre-birth memories, but I don't. We are not as powerful as we would like to be or we're more powerful than we ever knew. Why do you say that, Nico? The fact that they need so much infrastructure like the Soul Trap, the Saturn Moon Matrix, and other technology shows how much they fear. That's exactly right. That's what I think too. That's why I think we are more powerful than we even know. How do we know data when everyone is memory wiped? How do we know data? You mean, well, I guess we know the data that we can extract here, but yeah, unfortunately, a lot of data is erased. Nico, yes, we are. The Saturn matrix needs looking into. Yes. Remember, thoughts become things. Think of the end result you desire. Just did this and it works. Yeah, you're right. I'm with you there. I had a dream once that I was on a mountaintop sitting on some field with others. We were in the in between. In front of us was the color blue, the most beautiful world. Behind us, red. Cool. Did you see the guy wearing a CIA mask on Fox News? No, I didn't see that. Burning factories and buildings. We were all strangers, but talking like we knew each other. It was wild. That's cool. Cool dream. Teresa, yes, I believe we are creators. Yes. We should look into figuring out how to bring our power into this dimension. Yeah, I've heard people talking about that too. Well, I think some of this deep meditation stuff, this out-of-body experience stuff, is along those lines, hopefully, in terms of unlocking these different abilities. All right, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up in about 5 minutes. I got to get out there and hang out with everybody. See if we got any comments coming in the last few minutes here. And there's my Instagram, guys. If you want to send me stuff, connect with me there. Let me see. Do. Oh, yeah, cool. Cool. Bellap says, I would like to learn about OBEs, but don't know where to start. You can read Robert Monroe's book that I'm reading right now, Journeys Out of the Body. William Bowman's book is the first one that I read, Adventures Beyond the Body. And you can watch some YouTube videos on it. Lots of people talk about it. Just arrived. Thanks, bro. Absolutely love your channel. I support you with my energy. Thank you, Aries Godtron. I like that name, Aries Godtron. That's cool. Freedom Fighters, bro. BTC. Good luck dying, bro. Come back safe. Okay. Don't know what exactly that means. Pilmo Hero, thank you. Get out there. Enjoy your trip. Thank you. Okay, thanks for the tip. Yep, you're welcome. Chris House. The reason why the true source God, not the demiurge God, and the archons and dark entities do send stop the evil in this holographic matrix simulation is because source can't detect evil or feel it or see it. I haven't heard that. The reason why the source God, not the demiurge God, and the archons, is don't stop the evil in this holographic me. Where did you hear that theory? I haven't heard that before. Enjoy Croatia and come visit Serbia. Oh, you're in Serbia. Cool. I've never been to Serbia. Did you check further Marina Jacobi? No, but she's on my list. Sorry, man. I have a list of like 101 people. Aren't you going for OB? It's basically experiencing death. Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's the way that when Darius, are you talking about Darius? Because Darius says when he has OBEs, he basically, it's like an NDE. I don't know if the OBE that I'm going to experience actually, I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see. It could be like that. But yeah, now I see what you mean. Thank you. This is my very first live. Thanks for having me. Also, gratitude for your channel and the folks out there knowing this is the way out, I believe. Let's go. Let's go, Bellap. Yeah, thank you for joining. Elibar Jones is on my list for sure. Simbaresh Chetezwi. Yo, what's up? Enjoying this channel. That pre-birth video is wild. Yeah, I know. I know. Somebody mentioned in the comments, and then I researched it. I'm like, or I watched it. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. Yeah. Yeah, guys, if you have more stuff to send me or more things for me to review, send it to me on Instagram. Faux show. Whoa. I just realized Involution sent me a video with Harold. Wait, let me see this. Is this on the a Love Covered Life podcast? Okay, I'm gonna load it. It is? What? Wait a minute. Love Covered Life podcast interviewed Harold, but why would she? It's not in line with her channel. That's surprising because she seems to only she's like very against this whole soul trap idea for whatever reason. I don't know why you wouldn't just like explore it, but yeah. Pink Tourmaline, I recommended that you visit Pitfall National Park, Epic Waterfalls. I'm down to do whatever, but we kind of everything is dictated by the people who organize the trip. So just call me Simba. Got you. I send Yunin with Harold. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I just opened the video. Have fun on your vacation, brother, and thank you. You're very welcome. Okay, guys, I'm gonna bounce. I just want to say hello, say hi to everybody, touch base. We'll have one more live, and then after that, I'm off to Monroe. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you all for the continued support. The channel is really growing. It's amazing. I'm having so much fun just creating this content and learning more and sharing all this information with you guys, and you guys sharing information with me as well. It's been really, really special. And let's keep going. Let's keep trying to learn. Let's keep trying to grow. Let's get to the truth. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining. Let's go. And we'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.